Welcome to this new tutorial of grammar. This is Teacher Oscar. Let's go with me. So, remember that every single time that you work in your notebook, don't forget to write the date. Don't forget to write the date. Our end in mind of today is how to learn how to make indirect questions. This is our end in mind, how to make indirect questions. So then we have the activities that you need to work after we finish with this tutorial. I need you to please help me. If you can find the difference between those situations. In the number one, he's saying, help! Help! But in the second one, he's saying, excuse me, sir. I'm terrible sorry to bother you. But I wonder if you would mind helping me a moment. As long as it's not trouble, of course. What are the differences between those questions? You will have 15 seconds to think on them. Okay, so in the first situation, the man he's like, I don't care. I don't know who's him. So I continue walking. But in the second one, he's helping this man that is swimming. But why? In the second situation, he's helping. Why? This is the why? Maybe in the situation number two, he doesn't know him. But according to the way he's asking, so that's why the man is helping him. So now let's go. Direct questions. What are the direct questions? The direct questions are the normal questions that we can ask to friends, family members, and people who we know well. So the direct questions are the ones that we use with all our friends, with my mom, with my dad, with my sister or brother, sometimes with our uncles or aunts. Those are the direct questions. Those are, again, the normal questions, the common questions that we use every single day. But now let's move to what is indirect questions. Or what are the indirect questions? Indirect questions are a little more formal and polite. Look at this. More formal and polite. More formal and polite. And we use them when talking to a person we don't know very well or in professional situations. You see? We use them when talking to a person we don't know very well or in professional situations. Okay, let's look at the structure. And it says, introductory phrase plus WH word or if plus positive or negative sentence. Teacher, what is an introductory phrase? Okay, some examples of introductory phrases are, do you know? Do you remember? Can you tell me? Could you tell me? I was wondering, or I wonder. Do you have any idea? I wanted to ask if, is there any chance? Would you mind telling me? So those are some examples of introductory phrases. Now let's go and check our examples. Number 1. Can you tell me who wrote What Makes You Beautiful? So look what is in red. In red, we have the introductory phrase. Can you tell me who wrote What Makes You Beautiful? Can you tell me who wrote What Makes You Beautiful? You can write the answers on the comments on this video. Next example. Do you know if Carol G is German or Italian? Do you know if Carol G is German or Italian? Let's try to think and let's research where she comes from. But now look, in red we have the introductory phrase. And also something special of the indirect questions is that they don't use auxiliaries. They don't use do, or they don't use does, was, is. No, look. In this sentence we are using if. Look, we are using if. Now, making indirect questions. How to make the indirect questions? Let's see. Here we have the direct questions. Where does Talia live? Where does Talia live? This question we can ask to my favorite friend. But now, if I ask a person who I don't know, what would be the question? Look, can you tell me where she lives? Or can you tell me where Talia lives? We can use both situations. But now, what we have in purple is the introductory phrase. And then we have where she lives. So look, we are using the normal form of the verb in third person. She lives. Next one. Does Ricardo Arjona live in Brazil? Does Ricardo Arjona live in Brazil? This is the direct question. But now look at the indirect question. It says, I would like to know if Ricardo Arjona lives in Brazil. I would like to know if Ricardo Arjona lives in Brazil. Next one, we have the direct question. Do they work in London? Do they work in London? This is the normal question. But now what is the indirect question? It is, do you remember if they work in London? Do you remember if they work in London? So, now, you need to work the definition, structure, and examples in your notebook. Don't forget to use the format quality. Also, you need to complete the pages from the vocabulary and grammar book. And finally, you need to complete activities in Compass, please. Don't forget that mistakes are proof that you are trying. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Bye-bye.